Everyone's talking about climate change. But what is our climate? And why is it changing? Our climate is the Earth's normal weather over a very long time. It usually takes hundreds or thousands of years for the climate to change. But recently, our climate has been changing much faster. All these changes make life harder for our plants, animals, and for people around the world. And the biggest cause of climate change is humans, including you and me. When we use fuel like oil and gasoline, or remove forests to make room for cities or farms, we release greenhouse gases into our atmosphere. These greenhouse gases cause our climate to get warmer. Normally, when the heat from the sun warms our planet, some of the heat reflects back into space. But greenhouse gases act like a big blanket, holding some of it in. This extra heat can cause all sorts of problems for our planet, and the plants, animals, and people who live here. Our ice and snow are melting faster. Our oceans are getting warmer and higher, and our weather is becoming more extreme, with more heat waves, heavy rainfalls, and powerful hurricanes. Luckily, many countries around the world are working together to fight climate change. And there are lots of easy ways you and I can help too, like reusing things instead of throwing them out. Instead of driving, ride your bike or take the bus. Use less electricity and eat food grown closer to home. You and I, we can make a difference. We can fight climate change.
Hello, good morning to each and everyone. Today, we're going to do a webinar to discuss about climate change. First, what is webinar? A webinar is an online event that is hosted by an organization or company and broadcast to a select group of individuals through their computers via the internet. So, we're going to conduct a seminar over the internet. Now, let's start to our topic. What do you know about climate change? Well, climate change is a change in the usual weather found in a place. This could be a change in how much rain a place usually gets in a year, or it could be a change in a place's usual temperature for a month or a season. Climate change is also a change in Earth's climate. This could be a change in Earth's usual temperature, or it could be a change in where rain and snow usually fall on Earth. The weather can change in just a few hours. Climate takes hundreds or even millions of years to change. At the end of this webinar, you will know how or why climate change occurs and what are the solutions for climate change. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to raise your hand. Now may I call Mr. Augustine Von Carla Costa to talk about climate change.
Good morning. I am Augustine Von Carpia Costa. Do you know the difference between weather and climate? Weather refers to short-term changes in the atmosphere, while climate describes what the weather is like over a long period of time in a specific area. For example, it was sunny in the morning, then suddenly it started to rain in the afternoon. That is we call weather.
Now let's call Miss Bernadette.
The climate change is the general weather in a particular region. For example, here in the Philippines, our climate is tropical and maritime. It is characterized by relatively high temperature, high humidity, and abundant rainfall. There are two main reasons in a tropical maritime climate: the wet season and the dry season. Wet season, also known as the rainy season. Dry season, when rain does not usually fall, or any season in which little rain falls.
Thank you, Miss Bernadette. Now may I call Miss Ilona Zuara to tell or teach us what is the solution for climate change.
Thank you, Ms. Princess. Good morning. I am Elena Bianca Adswara. Today, I will tell you the solution of climate change. Climate change is happening now, and it is the most serious threat to the life on our planet. Fortunately, there are plenty of solutions. Climate change, there are well understood. These are the sum of the solution.
May I call Mr. Franz?
Reduce how much people consume our transport, fashion, food, and other lifestyle choices all have different impact on, on the climate. This is often by design, fashion, and technology companies, for example, will release far more products than are realistically needed, but will reducing composition of these products might be hard, it's most certainly worth it. Reducing overall composition in more widely countries can help put less strain on the planet. Reduce the plastic. Plastic is made from oil and the process of extracting, refining, and turning oil into plastic. Extracting, refining, or even polyester for clothing is super strangely carbon intense. It doesn't break down quickly in the nature, so a lot of plastic is burned, which contributes to emotions.
Now it's your turn, Mr. Dexter.
Protect the oceans. Oceans also absorb large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which helps to keep our climate stable. But many are overfished, used for oil and gas drilling or threatened by, by deep sea mining. Protecting oceans and the life in them is ultimately uh, a way to protect ourselves from climate change. Restore nature to absorb more carbon. The natural world is very good at cleaning up our emissions, but we need to look after it, planting trees in the right places or giving land back to nature through rewilding seems is a good place to start. This is because photosynthesizing plants draw down carbon dioxide as they grow, locking it away in soils.
Now may I call on Mr. Gerald Mabala?
Keep fossil fuels in the ground. Fossil fuels include coal, oil, and gas, and the more that are extracted and burned, the worse climate change will get. All countries need to move their economies away from fossil fuels as soon as possible. Invest in renewable energy. Changing our main energy sources to clean and renewable energy is the best way to stop using fossil fuels. These include technologies like solar, wind, wave, tidal, and geothermal power.
Thank you, Mr. Gerald. Now may I call on Mr. Lord Andre Nawe?
Switch to sustainable transport. Petrol and diesel vehicles, planes, and ships fossil fuels, reducing car use. Switching to electric vehicles and minimizing plane travel will not only help stop climate change, it will reduce air pollution too. Protect forests like Amazon. Forests are crucial in the fight against climate change, and protecting them is an important climate solution. Cutting down forests on an industrial scale destroys the giant trees, which could be sucking up huge amounts of carbon. Yet companies destroy forests to make way for animal farming, soya, or palm oil plantations.
So these are some of the solutions for climate change. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and to feel that climate change is too big to solve. But we already have the answers. Now, it's a question of making them happen. to work, all of these solutions need strong international cooperation between governments and businesses, including the most polluting sectors. That's all. Thank you so much. Have a good day to each and everyone.